It's a crazy project, I must say. In this world, it's very unlikely that artists and unscrupulous, in the good sense of the word, architects and talented people come together. The primary goal is not return on investment, but to create something very beautiful, and then see how it is marketable.
Városi Gábor.
I'm Gábor Városi. I was one of the artistic directors of Villa Park and Gallery and one of the visionaries of the project.
Megálmodója. Az én feladatom, mint művészeti vezető.
My job as artistic director is to place all of these creative people around me to the right spots and appropriate proportions.
Megfelelő helyre elhelyezzem. A legfontosabb
The most important thing, obviously, is the story. When we look back at our childhood, one of the most important things was to build a bunkie, or better yet, a treehouse. So the nest motif basically originates from this. We managed to create an exciting structure, an exciting cubic system that brings back this experience that surrounds us. So if you take a look at the back wall of the living room here, the wall tilts outwards a little, the roof structure is curved, and the shape closes in a very fine grid structure on the terrace. That's why the building has a really interesting intimacy and an intimate atmosphere. Life is limited. We have a given amount of time which probably won't become more. So the only thing we can do is make it richer, which means fill it with content and emotion. We didn't want to simply build a house. We wanted it to appeal to all of our senses, all our fine emotions, our ears, our eyes, thoughts and feelings. The entire building complex is a large statue, actually a perfectly functioning kinetic statue, which also provides a residential function. It's very important that from the very first moment the experience of arrival be associated with a certain joy. No wonder I say it's always a multi-sensory journey. The garden is also designed to bring a constant change, constant excitement into one's life with different scents, different colours of the plants. The garage is not just an ordinary garage, but a gallery with changing images, with artworks constantly replaced. So we don't simply enter into our parking space, but this short process is filled with feelings and emotions.
házban.
When we walk on the stairs, the concrete elements are almost floating. We filled the staircase with glass sculptures, but the same is also true of the corridors.
Fontos volt, hogy az építészet és
It was important that architecture and fine arts reinterpreted find a reflection process that was typical of the Renaissance. We created this whole complex with Szabolcs Nagy-Miticzky, leading designer, and Bence Sárkány, also a leading designer.
Bence szintén vezető tervező segítségével hoztuk létre ezt az egész épület együttest. Mindenképpen megemlíteném Medvegy.
I would definitely like to mention Peter Medvegy. During our daily struggles, his creativity and skill has contributed very, very much to the creation of Contractor Villa Park and Gallery with his creativity and skills.
Medvegy Péter vagyok, építészész.
I'm Peter Medvegy, architect and co-designer of Contractor and Villa
Az
Park.
organikus építészet.
The organic architectural philosophy served as the directive for this building to naturally grow out of the land to which it was designed and to form a harmonious organic unit both in terms of materials used, the size of the building and its concept.
Az épület mérete és a gondolatisága szempontjából is. A Schwab-hegy oldalába egy
The relatively steep plot on the side of Schwab-Hedge has an exceptional view of Budapest, the maximum use of which was our most defining design policy.
a legmeghatározóbb tervezési irányelvünk. Az 5000 négyzetméteres telken
The 5,000 square meter lot has 6 apartments, of which there are 2 types.
lakások
The smaller apartments consist of 250 square meters of internal floor area. The larger apartments have an internal floor area of 350 square meters.
rendelkeznek, mindegyikhez tartozik.
Each has a terrace of at least 60 to 70 square meters and the same amount of water surface.
Tehát ezeket az egységeket mi villalakásoknak nevezzük.
These units are called villa apartments because they are organically connected with the elements that go beyond the standards of even the most luxury apartments and give a sense of an almost private villa.
Már privát villaérzetet adnak.
By these I mean the infinity pools, sky terraces, outdoor jacuzzis, or even panoramic saunas and private zen gardens.
A szaunákra és a privát zenkertekre.
Egy nagy missziót folytatunk.
We are on a huge mission to have legislators make at least 1% of construction investments mandatorily spent on works of art.
Kötelezővé tegyék, hogy műalkotásokra fordítsák. Egy régi vágyam volt, hogy a magyar géniuszok
It was a lifelong dream of mine to commemorate the Hungarian geniuses and to create a park dedicated to these poets, uniquely with a private initiative.
költőknek van szentelve. Vannak
I have some favorites: Attila József, János Palinsky, Andriadi, or Miklos Radnóti, and I tried to portray them in stylized glass sculptures. It's a metaphor, a subtle reference in which I try to revive them in some way.
valamilyen módon megeleveníteni. Ez egy olyan üvegszobor,
This is a glass sculpture composition that is almost unique in Central Europe.
hogy 2,7 ton.
Its characteristics is that a 2.7 ton sculpture consisting of 300 glass slices. We can say that it's a 3D screen that rotates continuously, changes. It has inner and external lighting, with the lighting system that illuminates the houses.
Házakat megvilágító fényrendszerrel. Olyan megvilágítást kapnak, ami...
They get a lighting that makes them become part of the statue.
Hát a kedvenc részem természetesen.
Well, my favourite part is, of course, the terrace or floating pool, because referring a little bit to Kurosawa's way of thinking, somewhere between the sky, the water and the earth, there is a beautiful floating grid structure.
Szerkezet, nem véletlenül a vízben állnak a lábai, hiszen napsütés.
Its legs are standing in the water for a reason, as it beautifully closes a structure in the sunlight. It's reflected. Next to it in the middle of the floating pool is a bonsai brought from Japan, which also tries to express this thought.
Én ezt a fajta gondolkodást próbálja kifejezni.